Bitilo with Mfali Federa. You're listening to Bitilo with Mfali Federa.
Assalamu alaikum badi lamay lalu ngali kontong ngali bismillah na bitilo kibaro tijang alnal badi malam falli federa ngali kontong bitalato genwari kalotili woro la benyin sango men kono tol men bella moy ka radio de gambe banko kam albem moy kam vibes fm le 106.1 fm atol men fanam ben jibe kan dulal tarinke alnim bitilo le mu bi nga yusufa mane le sotoja yusufa mane kira moti malon ko adabe village development committee kono le men felentin jinak niji waketa joy sate kilinti flakono men yalon ko lelbe jinak kono jam jinak kono gambe banko kam o be kala fenti malon ko yusufa ko kala moti malon ko nabe men kacala wala mu jinak fangola koti nyin kibarol men be findi kanje men be dending nyin duma sila tala ko mollel kanaje kadaka je ka kulungota kata kulumbolu men keta anin ku godongol men yalon ko wallel be dending atenying ba ko silo la kata fam fo jinek sate o fam la kola wolbe be kele fendi malon ko mba jibe la mba fanun la nyaat do manding kibaro to bari konta ta ka nyamen se kata bato jibe ke kunto kibaro la ni wo boko botala nsina murnan jang kacala yusufa namano ken sete bula eni mol se nyo konton kata bake wo kola ngana adung kibarol kono kola ngana adung kacha kono bismillah
baraka bakem falli yan soto la programme to bitlo kontanta kana jang ni kacha anila followers all just clarification bota jinak kajatele intela mu jinak kajatela PDC secretary yeah instead of niji mandar ke moy den man tara ke moy sorry ke moy mbike moy
Bitilo with Mfali Federa. You're listening to Bitilo with Mfali Federa. You're listening to Bitilo with Mfali Federa. You're listening to Bitilo with Mfali Federa.
yusfa mantram moy kam mbadi ngolu ngali konto ngali bismillah na Bitilo kibaro to jang koreke nal badi malum falli fadra ton membe moy ka radio to gambe banko kam albe moy kam vibes fm le 106.1 fm ton membe jibe kan la to tarinke internet to alnim Bitilo le mu ngamen so jang wala mu yusfa mane de ko ngafa nyamen jannin kunto kibaro le bina yusfa le mu secretary general de village development committee mem felenting Jinack Island yusufa lafa fonga kacha folo demendo haninte men kundi ngo fango mu nyomi ngodi ndaman Jinack la ko fango boni yoto folo malong so lafta nga call dati woldo nga Mr. Jata soto jande nun kunun Mr. Jata le munun chairman oti village development committee men fele Jinack doto men mu nijiti bari pour mole men yalon ko tumando bato man no interview je and maybe fango be ñu video je ken ne ko signa folo la isa fo mole Jinack be mindole Gambia ani Jinack la ko be laari nyame ngadun kacha kono bismillah.
Thank you so much baraka Mfali yan soto janna nyaminto to nyalum Jinack la ko mo jama bije filo ala ko mole filo kono but pour ka senen ni molla Jinack be not bank le do wanyo mi jang amanjam fa bate barala and also is just facing Banjul. So yes, come Atlantic ozone of the Banjul Nimbara Yamanyani, Jinack Nimbara be the coastline Kilimoleka. So Jinack as an island only wallet home Jinack. The whole island wallet home Jinack is a big island. Then I Satin and Lesotoji. So Satin and Holding, Sate Fula be Gambia. Sate Fula do wo ikafole Jinack bara and Jinack Jatako will be Senegalese territory. So one island lom, 4 villages, 2 countries. So
Wow.
Jinack la 4 volenya. Yeah.
So island on you waratale.
Yes, it's a big island.
So niba haimala in terms of population on the island do aliye warakot so dala membe balu kan je nyintembena.
No mang specific record soto ming sewo sabatinjino but ngalo ne yalong comme molka migrate do cool and stuff like that. So Jinack jamale fanam be banta milialong ko ifindeta both Senegalese side and Gambian side. Senegalese side milialong ko fanan kata Senegal kono katara do cool laje in the civil service comme Gambian part fanan dol fanan jama ba bije settle ta combo and stuff like that. Yeah, all bije anim karamo kamil fanan findindi and stuff like that. Yeah,
okay.
But population for Jinack right now,
okay.
I don't have that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mane. Mbe dan la doro nises ikamo sari demanding ke saje molse moy demanding wara maybe suti atan camera la demanding fanam. La fa ke nyini ka menna mol men be sabatering Jinack mu mosi falle mu ninko mu mosi falle mu mbe menna wala mu komen sioning adon in chisano la karola. Komen Gambia buka fama je kaje nka foko okay nyi mus surwa sata wala ti fula sata mu mosi falle beje Jinack kono je menu siata je menu sembo warta because ngal na fananko sate jamal be Gambia si jamal el beje bani safo molier predominantly menu siata je.
Okay, Jinack kai ate predominantly manding pole siata je. niaji be fon milbe bara milbe jata ko milbe niji milbe kajata itel be mu the same family le it's like kajata niji itel be wututanande from that Senegalese part like Jinack kajata history ya fanya nyami Jinack kajata wututanam barale Jinack bara then Jinack niji wututanan Jinack jata ko so it's the same people so latina ba mojala ni yalon ko abe kajata wala ba niji ayala family soto bara o jata ko so the same thing dobe kajata ala family soto niji ala dobe niji so we are all related in one way or the other so yeah predominantly are being manipulated.
Okay. Just one last question, Drum. Molben be Senegal, the part of Senegal, walka dung ale no kono ni mintole la?
Okay, so milbe Senegalese part, adipentale ikata daminto. So natara ikata Senegalese area la, de kulungotala yeta misraba o ye kulungota yeta nyom bakindiki, ika ko dame bakindiki poto kata karang, wala ni kana Gambian part le, Gambian territory le, then ise kulungota kapo Jinack bara, wala jata ko yeta Banjul directly. O ise bono ye tama kabo Jinack bara wala jata ko ina ka jata wala niji ye bula moto la je ita bara moto then ferry across
So how about Gambia? It looks like kulungo molka we imunafa wala ka tani nake kodi. Like
yes,
maybe for example, honey atol men from the Gambia la Carola. Coming kadung island o kono. How do you do that? Is it bridge be alning tinto tema bam photo fanal ka kulungo leta bam fu ferry yole be ja ka kenya dire.
No bridge man taranin tintimo tema so motol kanale foi nyatilin sate wala so motol ka park wolto then wo munni jinin kaja tala
Wole mo sare fulo di men be Gambia.
Moto final fa nyatilin sate wala then ay yeppulungota ni mol tita moto ndita moto kono yeppulungota e bula kulungola o kulungo be dundila sate kono but come recently fanan during low tide mol mi yalon ko four wheel drive be bulu motol mi yalon ko jam fata santo so
comme nimbaja be
kering so moto bara dulabi je mi yalon ko moto ka cross no jela during low tide wo fanam abatara ko low tide be kering so moto ka cross ni jela then I bornim fankasi dandangola on the beach borla wala I do not sate ko so wo fanam possible to jela.
Oh wow, I never knew that. It looks like Fenjamala beji Gambia dulaldo many alonko moli nyanta ka longa kila ka karon ka kola. But it's very interesting. Jinek la ko mufeneti me alonko aka molu kawale for a very long time ka story jamal moy about Jinek andu ni wato en so mbel flele nga dung wol dol be kono ngi be sene andi moli bari ko nga fo nyamin kibaro dati dularo Jinak la ko nata kene bato ñing lokun tambilan le kono ñing kar tambilan kono mo safo fang kabintu mo men nga kibaro muta ko je mudulal ti dementi yalon ko mo jamal be je e ke muna fang jele la ka dun kulindingol la kata ñin duma silo la même ñim bakwedi même fonga ya ko fango wajabindi kende ke wala mu kabintu mo men na accident sotota te ñing bal kono ngamira ginek le jol kono bari nataje fanan ko kulun jamal be je wulite bota ginak inata yemang mo malo be damendo fanan be na ke fendi malon ko ay mo jamalu ni ku ya ay sunu Gambia banko ka la fake nyinin ka menna kanyin ko dati nyin jinak la ko nata yelma nyaadile kabo nyin sate derindo sate ke kurimba sate malon ko mol yalo ni menna wala mu bade molti ananyum fensifa ko tangolu ko lu nata wajabi fa futata nyon temboto iso sata no mole ba
umfalli tonya komi ya funyamin dinaki sate bunyari mbale mati sate meri ngole fana mati ala kuoning anukunta molma for just recently unfortunately nyung kuol nata finti ni bagwe issue nata nan nata sate nyin fo bondi bake for the wrong reason That's unfortunate. So nying ligele ngaje kulungol ka depare komi kawuli yalon jinak nimbara ye coastline wala sea. So at the starting kulungol kawuli je ma fangola bara. So around that coastline kana jinak kang kulungol kawuli ninjela. But ngalong at some point nying kuluntiol ya realize ko naval wato do ila surveillance galke intercept je. So bring galia oje now they decide ka dunam bolongola. So meaning ginak la bolongo ndella Gambian part ni be dunna ginak fon la bolongola foy dun Senegalese waters kono be dunna Senegal la bala kono baji kono then yena finti yedun the Gambian part also. So nika finti the same thing non. So fanang yung kuluntiol jama ba msafo ning 100 lom msafo no 90% be ikabonan Senegal. So ibaje la some of them ya try foye jatiol soto sate kono mol mi yalan ko leke jia. So ni nata ibela ni pareta comme ye kodo muta mol bulu Senegal ko ko tajina. So already ite mo soto mi yalan ko wala bela ila crew ni jale wala ila passenger sol jale and aje CJ 3-4 days for 1 week then ye load yeta. So ngalom bring few of them miliake ye success strategy so yalo you can easily sneak out and we kila kulumo fanan dundina. So ning kulumo min botanan Senegal water Gambian water smala. So abinala, let's say kana tu misira bolongola and stuff like that. I doing jinak bolong kono o mankol kono je yela kulungu mabo je. So ela mol milialon ko wala bat tinti wala jinak kono. Se dundi suto let's say suta ba kuluntiol ye kulundintiol ye bije ke doman dundi fo yela kulungu ela load nyen tankerek den yew yeta. So wala be caring gal ke la mol smogul wala nyama at some point. So ngalom during because they coming in clandestine network ko ikabonyo kalama so gali aje ko jinak mu dulalti mi alon ko they can capitalize on. You can easily it's a fintino Gambia la dio kono tariaka jeni ba kalam tala
jani ba kalam tala okay
yes getting Gambian authorities ba kalam tala wala Senegalese authorities ba kalam tala watare at least ni fintita because ni fintita jinak ba kon dorong yalo na is easy
ikadung Atlantic Ocean la kono fankaso ni
exactly so galio opportunity ni nyaje and then they started capitalizing and so inata ngaje kuning start ka sembo soto bake and because ika jatiol le soto sate kono and ika wolfanan komi milke lodge ike jole amanke free so onata ko kolendi bake sate alfal ning VDC bulu bake
so nin kumu ngamen faham sorry for intervening like this ke kunduteng but nin kumu ngamen faham wala mu ko be men foka wala mu ko men ka kulungol fanga wulindi e manke jinak dingol ti manke gambenol
no some you might have Gambians there but jama ba abi kate Senegalese so coming ika sub agent holder soto rek sub agent holder soto yeah
so ye kulungol wulindi ye kodo ta la clientol bulu e ko ta jina ke CJ yembatu enin kulungo ena ya dendendi bolongol kono ye kulundingol ta kamolu yononda ke samba ke dundo kulimba kono nin kuma ka ke wala nyama
yes ka ke wala nyama
so la fake nyini ngamena tumando bato malam foybe diam kany ka bonan jinek fangolo kono mam foybe sato bantala bari ibe je ko ke so sotle ka do ibe village development committee nyin ko netel mu secretary generality biri nyin ko bebe ke kan asembe ma watola mo jelle itala atola haymaloto mo jelle jita ginek sate kono ani beje alhalo ela alhalo beje nyaadi lenu
mo nanga mon do fono le because coming kula mi alon ko it's not a formal way, and we are not keeping a record of coming molming kadun sate konan and stuff like that. In fact, more capacity should as the VDC. But min sabati takay mum mol tatale sati fon flotantel bulo kono molla to a point that nite a jibe fon safoko luntang min be sati to asiata sati multile in tenfold that is yes so at the peak of the issue sati be jamming ninte fon tata on weekends nka silale sati nyim be nyaming mola luntangola from almost the whole of West Africa.
Luntangolu menunata wala siata sate dingo molti ko signatang.
Yes.
Allah sate ko mo jelle be.
More nangamo. I know we are not more than 2,000.
No, just an estimate wrong.
Yes, I know we are not more than 2,000. Just need a formula estimation. Okay, let's say at some point, because now on the more than 10 boats, that will be on the low side found. More than 10 votes would finita jail. And new votes will demanding we coming here, a coming samba is 150. So new calculate at some point, yalan with the on the high side, kulunjela ulika sate in konaji. So ikaje ko ani milialon ko wal ye scamle ye kodo jo milia imang wal forma molon jina ki ko dron ta jina yes yana era si so some all dol fon kananan ne bukat sabati la soto je so ika wala je kata ke kampolo ulol kono an other place
so Allah hay maroto men suti ada mo 10,000 la wulitang wol setara no jele nu wato men ko sembo warare nu
is possible it's possible because at some point it's as most ya battle but ngalo so, nako hanatare man yo taraje I osi la min tambita ninjela wala min duntaje at that time hanatare be man yo taraje
so ñunu sato ko ne ka tara je nyaadi le e ka tara sabatiri mollel yaba e dulal so de be dakarin dabento e ke la du to lel ko ta ka nyaadi le
yeah so when you be kandire wato min at the peak of ma bal bije molle jia komi ila kulintio ay mole long sate kono waya jia so akala mol doman sambananne ko jena atala kulungbe parela then ye depart all sort of ajere so dol fanan bije milialon ko nkeje ika come different places dol space all membe satela outskirt dol ke fantum kampol loje ni pareta wule la rek so all fanan sort of ajere
wow so atol la sato fango atol le mu alfa altije manam village development committee nyaton kolu ñiye mun koleya kule samana atol ye kanyum mo wuli wulolu suda la sato kono wati sutun kono
yeah akoleata mbulu bake wo wato kono because ninata jibe health wise and insecurity fon la ndel fon la molla tanko kono wo ketanye silanku balati because nkajele ninara jibe Jinack Island and funding keo mi alon ko della tembol imansi abate sade kon zaida ebe mainland Gambia le o dolbiji data pretty backway and stuff like that so we are in a sade from funding keo mansia to a point intel phone ko worry nka concern sate na security la because mol min kana emailong you don't have any records. So ikanne but itamalong mumosi falemi and they are coming from different places. So hani data kende ala karo fonla it was risky through how amount of people sort of in a small community like Jinack at that particular time. And coming dol family alonko ika come outside ngajela ko it was a health risk because I come in for new banto to kenetal dol take and Jinack at some point nin tara for September around that time of sama baka tarakere marum na flooding ka soto jel and will be say health impacts of for the so will be katantali silang quality of when Canada.
But as a village, as a community, ali muneke ka banta mbili nyin ko nyato because comme yemem fo sate dingo mollel kanyuni jia fanan mantoro ni bata bale ba ko koma moli na mu wuli wulolu foi siara sate dingo molti sate o kono wo seke dewu na kuti ase mantoro fon sabu no sate dindingo le musoli ananyem festival ale muneke je as a committee kaji ko ale banta mbili nyin ko nyato kaji ko ali alla sate o molu ni sate o dingol tanka.
Yeah, so covering kuanyum phone starter, covering girls start kadun sate kono. Yeah, kabiri start kadun sate kono, sate kebal aning alkalo ye mitinol kumandele kaita ndi molla ko. Nyimu kulete mi yalon ko ata continue no la jam. So watul sotota komi miliyalon ko wal diadula table nka finti nka ta wol no manga fo finti sate kono. And fortunately, gal buka bala. So I think gal kajelo ko okay, telephone be insilo minkang ning kombe bala nanyel bulu is a report no police and stuff like that. So buka bala mbulo kono milialon ko ibe on our spaces but dol bije ni ko e finti ika move ita wulo kono. So ni data woto ika daka wolto. So while you are believing ita belarin ko gal finti tale say tale atara imanta itata kam bladole. So o situation also totaje on several occasions coming more than tamol min be sate kono coming kel ning BDC ka try kamol fintin be sate kono on several occasions. So wolka kele at some point from dolbi je fon la ke bulande kulungola na paso dila dolbi je 200 ni pour ni finde taraki se futano Senegal nyame million ko mo Senegalais bar miliyan ko ni guinéanol ni ivorianol ni ko ni jamte fon itel fon kay tan dila kon te ko do fon tembulu min sem tandino comme even Senegal. So it becomes very difficult ka kolea pour ko wol sifal fintindi sate kono at that point. So at some point maritime gal received je miliyan ko ka briwol nata wala pikopo gal load wala kono so that will say someone ye transfer ila wala ila embassy contact ka e fintin. So the other category milialon ko will ila kuluntiyo ye nati ay jandi mole la so kon so nga kole ko soto wala to because if wala sati mol wala be involving and mola suo kono ay mo jaaje. You understand? Kachada male se kachada male se kwenye tariandino. So ka try mintata mol kachandi ka itandila ko nimbe dami to continue la tem because several risk factors le bije. So dol bije ya moyin fe ye bajo bring ye mo follow me receive wal mo receive correct. Yeah, so Dolbije, they continue having people, but Dolbije, so tarta wala nyama ko motala bake sate kono, and alhamdulillah, beating sate nyim kono be damin kay mom. Even the last batch milialon ko wala labantaje ñu laro fon ye wal fanam fintindel and kunun na VDC dunta wulo kono comme milialon ko ni ko eta and they made you believe ko ikatale exactly. So namul mimbe mainland Gambia jama ba volunteer kananan kala sate mol kanin BDC kate noma then yol findende kulun saba yol fandi sate kono ke findende ke samba bakindik then Gambia immigration post mimbe amdalai wol kana ke collect ni la pick up like samba. So 3 boat trips yawale transfer gale kunum. So we told me to taje Gambia police force fanang ye ela timo nata je wol fanan they went with the remaining ones.
I don't know munatina sate molu mo better la sate kono membe balanda ka songa tulma because clearly come memfo nying mantura jamale se kunno akono ku jamale be je me alon ko be laringa ako koma comme même fo yellundangol je ye fintinan sato kono ni nyon mo jama bal ku jama be je me alon ka se kunno kono so I don't understand malo munat na mo be balana ding atara sato mo tata fo be kambe ko silan nyimbe mantoro ni to ku yala samba kan na sato kan bari la fake nyinin ka menna atol be nyin kata kuol men be ke kan nyin koleani nyin bata men bebe nyin ko kono fal mam man sakunda kumandi bam pour yena yal mako tanko bunda mo lukaje ko nyun kenken ye bondi wara fa maybe fango jadi kenda bunda mo fana yena kalo kaje ko de nyun nin ku kana nanan ibe men sound ibe mo sound la men kuran wala na jam fensifa ko ragol
Yo, coming, yalong, the first part of your question on come niya jibe mina batin na la modol be balan na bulo kono o mol be sonna kani mol dia ni nata jinak fon la situation o jibe especially in telling the Gambian part na situation o nying is very complex nying kamala jinak covering independence until we are left on our own. So, we are left on our own. So the government part of Jinack is like that. So that is our situation. Anything even that Jinack kono development or is community initiative. In community like our initiative, maybe you have philanthropy, ye help. Even clinical member Jinack kajata, the same thing na karambungo, the same thing kabira la starting karamoni the community la initiative la karamu ka upgrade fana the same thing akata wala nyam so ikaje ko a lot of things kole a kuobe sate molkan yo tije sila tije loktano na ambulance na community ambulance mi alon ko foundation ole adinna VDC be responsible in our maintenance plan and everything. So I made your breakdown sort of. It's almost 1 year now. We contacted the Ministry of Health. They promised to help, and it's almost 1 year. Ambulance in the partnering among Amantano into service. So kwale ku jaman levelaring jinakin kolkam onim fuarea inata jibe ko nying si erosion fana yen bada betnya na farol mi yalon ko do kol ka tewol to tamu banjol kamano do ko damindo say mani buka do farol to because abe keta kole so with all that very limited source of income wala be jinakin kolbul so momimbo struggle sifa kono just I'm trying to build context for you momimbo struggle sifa kono ni mona rafinte aka kay ko la fay mo le gianye la suwo kono fo tilifula saba at that time anya be kod o mari abe minjala bato o be kala kodo nyinete because abe mira kala mani boto sangola so ma be jelle dila da pansoti so wo problemo bo kunna ning wonata ning opportunity de ko okay mbe mol sotola milialon ko ibe yala nasu kono lokun killing wala tile saba wala tile nan and then yeta so ni wo nyaa wo opportunity ja aba kola yala le momin be wo sifa ning yala na ba reject la so ikaje wole ya sa wole fona ye ko nyim fanan sulo dundi aya bondo ko lendi satila nyakon kol blokon
so alla korosiroto ali amira ko e kanyim kordatiolu men yalon ko e ka fendila do you have an indication of akake jelleti million lembam 2 million lembam 500,000 lembam do you have an estimate or an idea of ike fenka jellel
no unfortunately I don't know nimba fala be kala speculation or the mallet
okay but did you guys get in touch with the authorities
yes meeting jamal leketa mi alonko because the authorities they know what was going on because yalo nim kulungu wulita jina ka futata ika wo information o mwela ko kulungu wulita jina ka futata so wala nim kulungu wulita jina comme like Ibrahim migrant situation la foundation ka update sol mindi iko information ol mwele so when they see ko kulun jamal ka wuli jina and then your information was not so mo wes ya kan del both the alcalo and the two alcalos commanding meeting then I think on 2 occasions. Then delegation of finance Gambia immigration inata ining alcal flol diamta pour kanyimol fintindi so community fana assurance dila ko ba trial ale na kato dango pour mbenyimol talangi fintinde nyamin nin na mol yediamu fanyo moyte pour fintinde nyamin so since we starta mol starta katala starte kono wala nyama at some point because yalo mol katara fula bari minatin na polisul mantai inya pinyele kan
non defo lafa ka wale na nyinin karo fo munu wale di ko
exactly
ko be kiring fal mang mako ro kanin nun polisol bulu pour yena kal mako
yes so coming birin ka kata start nga fo ko jinak mu ciosan sa tele so ni nata jinak la ciosano fanan jibe molye belief system wala soto and momo ala belief system o nyanta bunyala le so jinak dingol milialon ko they are in the army, they are in the police, they are in the immigration. We are all brought up with this mindset ko in security uniform, full gear, okay? In full military fatigue or police or whatsoever, in amanya nakadu sate kon. You understand? So one thing is, ning molyo belief system also, it will be seen as a disrespect to the customs and belief system of the people of Jinack because nimol ko okay ndel nimun na belief latiko nimanya na dunna na sate ko kana taraman sense make to you to them it makes sense so it will be important to respect worker that is one thing also there are other things milialanko well is just a myth kafoko okay nimu man sakunda do kulati wala imu security personality imanya na ni dunda dinak ika problem also now what it depends on the mission inata ka mantoro la dinakin kolkan you understand so maybe by coincidence people who came to because near dinakla history dibe ka foile dinaki kele jamal leke you understand me in SL so people would tell you those histories and bulala vije na badato ni kata close to bara ikafuji sita konoma it is believed that one of the kings of SL jinakin kolia fa ya sari o dulato so ikafuji ko sita konoma so a lot of belief ko jang coming they are not the sate lolal they are not very friendly to people milialon ko they intend to harm Jinack. You understand? So because when we were young, Jumasali dol witness le milialon ko I think it was in the 90s when Jammeh came in force. He decided to raid Jinack. It was led by one Captain Suare. So what incident at some point until nadindi ya watu kono nkaje kuruol kana iko Suare ko ala fajina kinkolia yang fa. So nkaje paringol ka foko no ndala kuruwa nying accept la because he came here to humiliate us. You understand?
Laftale gana Mr. Mane ye hakobo ninye I want us to come to that. But ye fenja male fo jang me alam ko lafta ngawol bo nyoro janim be futala woro. Since ye nyun chusan ko nyuma. Lafa ke nyinga, do you believe that is one of the reasons why nyim mol nyati linda Jinack la bakwe ko la karola ba?
Because ikamwele ko Jinack mudulal timi alon ko uniform kiol buka dunge. Ikamwele yeah.
Nyim kulintiol ka mudala ko okay nin tata woto itina noma je itina arrest la je.
Yeah.
Okay. So ye fem fo jang about chusan ko nying lafa drong nga ko fanu ndika sene ndi domandi. So munemu kasoti. Is it ko inila uniformo inila city fano uniformo manyen na dunna jebang fo ni mu man sakunda dokulati be doko ke kan tanko bunda mo lene manyen na kadunje.
So amanke ko ite ko fon nimu
Ha.
kasoti walam yetare la full military fatigue or security gears yalone fully armed coming, let's say you are prepared for battle.
Mm.
That is one thing. Aning komi inila full gear fanan kadum because hani sate dingol familiar along ko in the army. When they come, they don't come in their full military gear. So niake at least one thing, let's say kebal milialong ko they are conservative. You are openly insulting them.
Mm. So ni moye okay mune bekela?
Well, I have no idea.
But ika mune foko kome ni moye o soso wale bekela. Kome misal fa ika me moye.
Yes, this is the belief ko niake normally you run into problems. Wala akola ninka kawal. You run into problems.
You get cost kind of thing. Eating
Exactly.
mm.
Yeah.
So bari mun kullel keta tariko kono meyo kuota ka jambandi ka kuota ka sahayandi bake. Itala nila long futata je.
Well, I think the only thing is min walam ko coming for Captain Suarez because we all over kala time until we are very young. But coming na nyafano kono ngajele on several occasions cruel kana juma salol to ka ko Suarez la cruel amyenti ako puru jina kin koliya yamfa. So ngawol witness le okay ngawol witness le on I think on 2 occasions me ang bala puru kana then sate kebal kari jet.
So bari Captain Suarez follow incident ni so jabake so woto no mole muneketa what happened?
Well, coming for I enter doyaring backer. So in coming for no ko molla foro in solo phone come like in atanung red la je come nyamo kado kuje coming for Thai. So he led a team kanaka Jinack raid ke la nyama kunkol ing milbe vulo kono ke tanke and I think some let's say it was kind of humiliating for the community members, the elders, and komi mamogo motodal. So yeah, come akasata nyaming, yeah, because nibe doyaring wodol another witness ite you not be in you know community kenola authority to
ka kunyi startup ha bari do ay kame mo drong ha webendol wasala janne
yeah ikami mo se wala sata no je so it's like he humiliated our elders. Yeah,
so birim wakera molu jigitala ko kulena rakate la fo
that is the belief. Yeah.
Ba itala longoto muna kitala
I don't know. I don't even know Captain Swar in ka problem like
nyinkera nun sanjuma la konoti.
Yeah, I think it was 99 I believe.
Okay.
99 or 2000 somewhere around that.
Okay. So the other thing, so basically, wo jikole molie wo lando men soto ila korosiro do ninga tara nge faham wala yatina mol man hani kananun wara fan tanko bunda mol man hani kana kadu sato nyin kono.
Yeah, wonim kudol sa tarano jele nte mo million. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
na dindiya time saying among let's say akwenyi man common bake but na dindiya time in sati kebal wala especially merol ni igota jumoto ta kolongo bije ka fo mi manding people believe ko ni duate je wala e danka je ite kay mum ite you are done. So yes, and also places like Karantaba, Mialonko, Molkabonam from different places, Kanadu and Yoladia and stuff like that. So ning sati alfal sita ye danka je. I don't know, but people have this belief ko ite you are done.
So say because
maybe
nga
it's
kibaro
not
so ko there is a huh?
maybe more evidence sort of on those issues and
Mhm.
yeah, where
No
to
la
list
fake
that.
nyin ka men nga kibaro men soto wala mu ko tanko bunda molu ibe loka nyim bakwe ko lale jinak sate o kono je ibe operational ke kan ne kamol arrest kamolu fana rescue ka dol murundi la sate wolo say ibo ke kan no nyaadi le are they in the village doing that or are they in their uniforms how is that obe ke kan je nyaadi le
So yes, yeah, different operations like that, and mostly now we kala ining sate like katara kono. Let's say sate and community members or ni wala katara kono. And come kap nyami ngamo fintindo minke. So dala yes, itala moto kana let's say this place bakinde.
Mhm.
Then sate mol fintindi ye transport kataje then Italy cup bari di kunun gal tatanum inatanum patrol la but then I learned that iman dun sate kono inata le sate face then they left. So today they came no information also because they need some people within the community. So inata wala noma, but they did not come in their um, full uniforms and stuff like that. So it's
Mm.
like they still continue to respect those beliefs. Yeah, understanding, but that does not stop them from coming in. So they came, in alkaloning community members only dia mosoto and information of an before ikata the the other village niji so all fanan ye the remaining people min be wulo kono so ko all fanan binta wulo kono ila wulo kono ye mol min taraji about 26 of them ye all fanan ta ye dila pour ye fintin de stade kono yeah.
So Mr. Mane yenying kumen be fajang is interesting but also aketa nyafanoti jamale men manjinak la ko faham so itela crossroad bi ite amira ko nying tongo men beje fo tongo lem fon sa fon wana fo tongo lem ban tanko bunda mo la dungo la karola sate kono nyin temben na ite waylo ko je nyaadi le yaje ko abe sate o tanka kana ba ma ko kan bang fo abe bandiol ni nyin criminal le tanka kan ke ma ko and for is there a
uh,
way that sate o se menkeno komen ka foko okay ngani kuota nga abondi folo nga mbadu fo ni nyim problème o bande saje tanko bol sinano e do ko keno je nyanta menkele sate o mol mako fo se keno le bang and all of that what is your take on that
yeah, so Jinak Benyamin kesano to mo always ning kuwa keta Jinak sate community member, let's say youth soul or VDC, always they take the lead role, even if somebody commits something, a crime. The moment the alcalo give the green light for you have to get this guy alias Samba, then the VDC will do that, no matter who the person is. So it's like the Sateka community police in Kenol. So wala din na kuse kole anyawandi, ginak ning sate mul pareta bondola ikabondele so akamdale kata nyaming you have ila sate dumele involved so wala tina amantaria you understand but eventually dirimol pareta it happened so the same thing like ginak mang let's say ginak mang police presence need this is the thing right now if you want to let's say get police presence in Jinak, you are going to create more problem because there will be resistance in the sense
why
that
mune no
in this in the sense that people will see ko ibe ila traditions ila culture ibe ole insult ka you
mm.
understand? So not for any other thing, but the moment you will try. And secondly, you will get resistance because the fact of the matter is you neglected these people for 60 years or 60 plus years since independence. You understand? The government are for like telling project like a Jinack, or this is what we have done for the people of Jinack. You understand? So Nina, and then you want to police them in that sense. They okay. So uh, one, you have no interest. You are never interested in our welfare.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you why now? Yeah. Yes. Acha, carry on. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be like why now? You understand? Because molba ibadal okay. Man sande na man time also. There different many delegations left home to go and meet the government, talk to them about how Baben na fankaso ben na bada do makanyami ko ben na farol tinya kanyami. Well, even te blata some of those delegations to meet the vice president. You understand? And OC fal fanan during the time of Yahya. You understand?
Mm.
So naturally, when you neglect people, they naturally become oppositions to you. They have those kind of resentment towards you because they felt neglected. You understand? On the contrary, when you contrast, tell me the Gambian part with
Mm-hmm.
the ones on the Senegalese part, the Senegalese people they provided pipe-borne water for their people. And yeah, wala pipe over Dam is very far inside. You understand? Ye mankul fara ye pipe la jël ku bakono ko adunti la sate ko. They provide them with electricity. They provide them with hospital. Yeah, yeah. So nina da gibe even support. Sometimes ila fisa menol ila molming be fisin laji. They provide them with a lot of support ila kankoto ila
Ila
badi
Masakunda.
makuwal. Exactly, ila man sakunda. You understand?
Mm.
From Ablaiwad to Makisal, all ketaji. You understand? So, but the story is different. Near Minje, right? Along community members will initiative long with support from the philanthropists. So
Mm.
all about in like if you want to bring something me along with one thing intel belief system community now they are trying to change that. On top of that, they don't even care about us. So there will be some kind of resentment.
Resistance. Okay. But Mr. Mane, fonse nyini nka fanang because nka other story memoy about Jinack wole muko nyama dole kakeje ngame nete yo ko fongo male ila kacha kono. How
Yeah.
true is that and how did that come about?
I think nga tarakil.
Bari kusutari na
Yes.
wakakele.
Ha. Tarakil. And Ofanang is born out of it's not because they just want to do it. That is not the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe by trial and error. Maybe by trial and error. You know, when people are desperate, they try a lot of things. Maybe through trial and error, somebody tried this thing and it worked. Because one Kenyolum, secondly, near Colonsing, let's say 2 meters is a geosort geonimo
Mm.
code. You understand? So at least nyamo ateo resistant new sotole ni alonko it can survive in on Jinack soil. So ngamira oyatina people started to embark on it because they
But
have
is
this
it true molka memfo koko nyamo ko la fenko mbuka falinje? Is that so?
no fendol ka falinje but for abe iba to nola or whether you will have that resources. You understand? Ila for filming, let's say more for banana cultivate la Jinack. In the first place, ne banana fee for ebe geosokala le mimbo banana nyim bonne because ni la colonial sing ibe quarter la jet. You understand? So big challenges that for the people of Jinack for nina issue. So ikaje for example cocoa Cocoa is very resistant to cold. So ikaje cocoa kabaluno je because I salt resistant means sort of je. So but nimo ka bala baluo lola cocoa kan. How many years do you have to wait? Jenika can harvest cocoa. So that is one thing. So I think that is these are some of the
issues. But
issues,
is that nying taido menka keje kome nying wheat farming nying? Is that part of the chosan issue or just come memfodro is a means of survival?
It's a means of survival, not an issue of chosan poor. It's a means of survival.
Bari come mol ka fo menna ko tanko mol buka dunje woni ñi ñama ko ma ñoso do fenade.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Means of survival mol ya de ko koleabe can they need to survive, and whoever brought this thing they all accepted it like that. So people have to survive.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yalo nying bakwe ko fanang ay lusole mala Jinack kang to the extent that hani nyama ko silam fango mol ba ko fokan and all of that. You know, I don't know in hindsight. Atol bela fila what kind of support is there that you guys want from the government? Kaje ko de tumando bato al suata de maro menal ma keno al fango e mansakunda sa keno nyinkoro.
Yeah, so Jinack, right now until problem min bentel kan asiata is numerous. First, the Jinack Island is under threat. The survival of the island. I can tell you, Jinack Island has lost more than 100 meters of land in less than 2 decades.
Wow.
Because ndenga lojoje mi alonko at that time I think I was in grade 4, grade 5, 6. Mi alonko that lojo nyimbe operate kan. So if operate kan laminto, the distance between ila babe daming and bafang high water mark at that time was quite distant bala binunji. Wo lojo nying ila whole area nying submerge. Wo bataji I moved Santo Koteke. Ila whole campus nying bi wo be bad blato is very far. You understand? So wokola fanan lodge do fanan bije mi alonko around 2009 they were operational. Bi wo fanan half o be duntal. So bi lodge fulol min famo bije ibe operate kan na bicho kan. Wol fanan a good part of ila front side by wo be domal. So it's like every year babe Jinack domakane gradually. And we cried about this, but it's like Ndala Kumbo, it always falls on deaf ears. So one thing that the other thing is because of this high sea erosion, another issue create me alonko na faro side bige me alonko from the ozone aka geonyum feed to na fankol na faraulu mountain. So exactly. So sign tella farol mano buka do kuno because geobe mukoleti. That is another problem. Me yalong kwa belaringa. So until na other problem also mindan geo form problem already. So right now, one of the community members I borehole initiate. I borehole sing all the way in Bakindek. So through community effort, ngading sing a pipe la, but it's not as effective. Sometimes jobuka soto. So O is just improvising. So ikaji mol karang walto kuriye bankono O etaye ni lafta geo mindan geo ko etaya sambit koro yemi wala. So survival sivala bijan O you go to Jinack Bara or Jatako before nkawoleke yeta ekodo jo ila nying bidon
because near Saretio charge $10 every bidon wala $15 we bidon so ni dara bara fana you have to pay $3 pour ye 20 liter bidon fill ye 20 liter bidon fill je so ikaje molko wo jio leta ike fomu na fon wala sate kon so jio la ko le afanam wo fanam biji secondly ni natan na clinico nyim fanana clinico la maintenance be laring VDC la kam ning solar problemo solar system VDC la ka maintenance ning ambulance problemo VDC la ka maintenance so I major problem in sort of tending ambulance when it was operational for more than 10 years so I major breakdown gal contact they promised to help ambulance when still amantra operate camp is almost 1 year so right now ni musikono my problem also lay sasato kando bebulo kono there is no ambulance to take the person so
Mr. Mane kanyim mem fateng nyimu ku kolembaleldi balunya dimindi mbale fanamu tumando bato pour ka kacha kumfa mbe nyinin kala menda mo la balu be semberi munela gine kono in terms of survival you know but because comme ya fo nyame seno akamda ko ubuka keno je silang fende fo ko jio men dunda molu kam you know fem buka kati no je fende fo ko jio you know mol man jani ji minden jio fa man sotono mol ka muneke mol ka balu munela mol ka balu nyaadi ye nyaadi le ila balu be sembere mum fensi falella
so je mol la balu be sembere min wala balum inata jibe bademo na fish stock fanang is highly depleted right now is ita bato ye jalo bula ikanyo min sort of any fon la dapa any la family be min domala so o problem biji aning musol mi yalon ko ika nganyadu mu seasonolet short term season no so na keta ala season o nyim fon because mo be ka ros kata nganya harvest it takes less than 1 month nganya e bang so ni wo bataji kay mom the only survival is nila mobe banta tubabdu aka dañi ni wol kiyal yenang albe survive la wala or you have to depend on the cannabis cultivation so wala be that is how people survive in Jinack.
That's crazy but last question Mr. Mane if there are nimfen sababeje albe sula la menula demaro la karola katabake nyintemben maybe follow waseke kanyim problemo dang ninga atrafango ali jiko sotol ko hani bi problemo nyimbeje la fulan jawni sabanjang seke no anything tile me alon ko tele miro do sate o sulata wala la kabalo soni andi you know kaje ko de nyim batal ni nyim kole akol min alon ko iba taki kan woldol se dang
yeah so follow nyim problemo mimbe nkunna munsafo ko alhamdulillah biwo dantala because nina mol communicate tala before ni kana nyim program wala they told me ko last badge nying ye wala clear and ngalo before the police left will fin state police will phone yala sati kono so nsafo ko alhamdulillah say wo kay mom coming migrant issue kay right now there is no migrants or would be migrants milialon ko ibe sati kono ji so the other thing is Jinack la main problem right now because dio kumayata kada madimola balu kono jiko mu ku kolembalet and right now na ambulance so fana wo munje sula ku balati because clinical vigile government italla kan no sul ni natina ani ikabu supply min keji so but bring ambulance so ni breakdown so foi but hansa ambulance so ni melori ngabina sanjo sila so wo fana mu kole aku balati ni wo says ni wo problemo ni se solve no science wo be kala ni kulete mimbe content na back also fanan coming na bade mo fanan sen semben tu ya je nyami comme Senegal ka joran di la bade malala e do wol ni jalol di le milialon ko be the Senegalese part Gambia government fanan ajanta nya kidin le ka wo de marol di molla milialon ko ku ye balwa ita dino la sate be la wati kilin na bari domanding miliyalon ko de satel kono se o de marol nyin futandi no male du ka balu ko sone andi mol bulo kono anin fanan na ba dandawo na island of fond ala survival because it depends on that the rate at which sea erosion na ba dandawo takan is one big concern neti telephone miliyalon ko be siringi yeah.
Abaraka bake Mr. Mane ngeja inge tentu tumando bato mo jamal be lamoy lola tumando bato man sakunda do kulal fana be lamoy lola hani anin kunkilinal fana men yalon ko e ka mako reke kallo wonyom bunda sifato moli anin sato wali tumando bato wol fana be do ko ke kan and then nadia alef jikoso fana ko tumando bato modol fana so me yan ko separe pour ka sato nyinta kama ko ngeja yi ngetentu ila la moy kunyi makan ni nga tara mobeje membe la flaka sata woni makoy misal fe boholo to wara joto you know what are the ways that Mossad will contact no nyame
yeah okay
so part of the village development committee ning
yeah so ning tara mo sulata ka makoy VDC na number sol bije defon la number 3522649 it's a number you contact knowledge and maybe later I can share the chairman of another number. I don't have it offhand, so instead of financial knowledge pro natara mo interest or pro ka Jinack Island de ma for 3522 649
649 okay
yeah
mo ita formula number di kodi
yes
okay so afelenting nga selen di screen ro pour mole mede alon ke be jibero la andu be pare la pour kasato nyinta ka makoy obviously +220 be la fala jele ni nga tre mari be Gambia e bantala pour ka tening Mr. Mane so do use for Mane bari ngeje ngetentu ye wato menda ka kafum majang sa foy ko baraka lamoy lalu alin jibe lalu atol mem fanam ben moy kan Gambia radio to album moy kan Vibes FM le 106.1 FM atol mem ben jibe kan dulalto internet do tarinke alnim Bitilo le mu alnal badi malum falli fadira mbe sarota la jane alama tilo to diala alama be tan kala katanin katatolla wassalam ala baraka